Location Dossier, Kowloon Shadow Complex, filed under Primary Global Cultivation Enclaves. The Kowloon Shadow Complex is not a single structure, nor a single sect compound. It is an urban cultivation enclave, embedded directly into the living body of Hong Kong, where modern civilization and martial authority coexist under fragile equilibrium. From the outside, Kowloon appears like any other hyper-dense metropolitan district. Towering residential blocks, narrow streets, commercial zones, transit arteries, and aging infrastructure pressed together under relentless population pressure. From within, however, it is unmistakably different. The air carries a subtle weight of disciplined qi. The hierarchy is unspoken but absolute. Power is present, restrained, and constantly observed. This is the first openly recognized modern cultivation enclave, formalized in the aftermath of the failed suppression era and cemented following the Hong Kong Accord of 1986. Its existence marked the global shift from eradication to containment. Structure and sovereignty. The Kowloon Shadow Complex does not announce its borders. There are no walls, gates, or visible checkpoints. Its boundary is defined instead by authority. Within the enclave, cultivator sects exercise de facto sovereignty. Government authority is limited, negotiated, or suspended entirely, depending on the district and the presence of high-tier entities. Civil law continues to function, but it does so in parallel with sect law, martial hierarchy, and enclave protocols. The enclave is untouchable by international consensus, not because of treaties alone, but because of what resides within it. At the heart of this balance is false Artorias, the martial saint whose existence anchors the enclave. He is not a ruler in the conventional sense, yet his presence establishes an unquestioned ceiling. No military action, covert operation, or external suppression effort is permitted to escalate beyond containment without risking saint-level response. Cultivation demographics. Kowloon is one of the most densely populated cultivation zones in the world, both in civilians and practitioners. Visible power distribution within the enclave includes 1. Martial Saint. False Artorias, 14 active Grandmasters, 65 Masters, 380 experts, 1,200 key refinement cultivators, 3,000 body tempering practitioners. These figures are widely cited in global intelligence reports and serve as a reference model for enclave population standards elsewhere. The true number of cultivators is suspected to be higher, though no confirmation exists. Despite this density, uncontrolled escalation is rare. Breakthroughs are monitored. Conflicts are constrained. The enclave's reputation is built not on chaos, but on successful restraint. Sect ecosystem. Kowloon hosts a tightly interwoven sect environment. Within the enclave operate 3 orthodox sects, 4 hidden shadow sects. Among them, the Eternal Shadow Sect stands as the central stabilizing force, both politically and culturally. Its school and affiliated structures serve as reference points for discipline, cultivation standards, and crisis response. In parallel, multiple martial families operate inside Kowloon. 6 operative families, 4 corporate families, 3 bloodline families, 1 technique family. These families do not rule the enclave, but they shape its internal currents, managing resources, talent flow, and regional influence under strict limits. Corporate presence. Unlike rural or isolated sect territories, Kowloon is inseparable from modern economic systems. The enclave permits controlled corporate presence. Cross-Star Corporation maintains observation and logistical interfaces. Crimson Sun Syndicate provides Tier 2 containment support and crisis mediation. Numerous small to large chi-tech firms operate R&D laboratories under enclave oversight. Technology within Kowloon does not replace cultivation. It tracks, augments, stabilizes, and contains. Attempts to bypass or simulate high-tier cultivation through technology have historically failed or been quietly dismantled. Daily life and atmosphere. For civilians, life inside the Kowloon Shadow Complex is tense but functional. Cultivators walk openly among the population. Demonstrations, sparring exhibitions, and medicinal markets are common, though tightly regulated. For practitioners, Kowloon is a proving ground. Advancement is possible, but reckless ambition is punished by consequence rather than spectacle. The enclave has little tolerance for rogue grandmasters, unregistered breakthroughs, or ideological extremism. A common saying among cultivators is, open quote, Kowloon doesn't stop you from rising, it stops you from exploding." Close quote. Strategic importance. Globally, the Kowloon Shadow Complex serves as the template enclave for post-suppression civilization, a Tier 3 incubator with proven containment success, a saint-anchored deterrence zone, a political pressure valve between governments, corporations, and sects. Other enclaves study Kowloon obsessively, yet none have successfully replicated its balance. Too many lack a saint willing to restrain themselves. Too many rely on force instead of deterrence. Assessment. The Kowloon Shadow Complex is not the most violent enclave, nor the most secretive. It is the most stable, and that stability is what terrifies the world. It proves that cultivation cannot be erased, only managed, that martial saints cannot be controlled, only respected, and that modern civilization survives not by supremacy, but by carefully negotiated coexistence with power beyond itself. As long as Kowloon stands, the world remembers the limits it chose not to cross.